Welcome back to my web development online course, and in this lecture we will complete HTML5 forms. In this lecture we will complete all the basics of HTML forms. So let's do it. Open your code editor. So first of all, create a HTML document. Okay, so let's start with the form tags. This is the basic form tag for creating a form. Inside this, first of all, put the tag label. In the label, define what is the, in this tag define what is the name of the field. So I will write first name, and after that put a input tag. Input tag consists of type and name. In type you have to define it's a text, it's a email, it's a number, it's a date of birth, it's a month, it's a year. So whatever you have to describe. So in our case it's a name, so we will simply type a text. Name actually work with the other dynamic languages when you process the form. In this lecture this form will not process because we are not doing any kind of dynamic language. It's a simple HTML. So in my case I will type first name and then close the form tag, save and open it in a browser, refresh, and you can see now we have the name field. In this name field we can type a name. So this is first kind of label tag. So we have successfully created our first tag. Okay, let's create one more label. Last name, input type text, last name, close the tag, save and refresh the browser, and you can see now we have first name and last name. And these designing issues will be solved when we will study the CSS. Okay, let's put one more field. Label this should be email, and when you type input, and this type should be email. This is the HTML5 function, name email. Close this, refresh, and you can see this is the email portion. And when you will submit the form, if that will be simple name like this, so the form will not be processed because you have done the browser side validation with HTML5. This is a browser side validation. So this form will not be processed until the user will put email properly like this. If the user put the email properly, then this form will be processed, otherwise it will not, because of this browser side validation. Okay, let's create some more message. Here I will put the text area and name, message, save, refresh, and you can see now we have a message, and this is a message text area, and user can type a paragraph or any kind of message. Let me clear things up. Okay, now it's better. It can be increased or decreased like this, and this is our message text area, and that is select tag. Label should be gender, select tag, and inside select tag one more tag, that is option. So inside the select tag you can add multiple options with value, one more option, value female, and this is the text outside the option tag. This can be seen in the browser. Save and let's go to the browser, refresh, and you can see now we have selector tag and we have used a male and female. Now you can see how this select tag work in HTML, and we can select multiple values, we can add the multiple values. Okay, let's do the next tag, and that is HTML5 tag. Line break, here we will write label first, and label should be birthday. Input type date. This is HTML5 function, name birthday. Save and let's open it in the browser. Now you can see this is, now we have to select date. It's easy, powerful, and HTML5 browser side validation. So it's really a cool feature, and you don't have to use jQuery for it. Yeah, for the process you will use any kind of dynamic language, but this is a very good function of HTML5. Now let's do one more. Line break and label should be age, and input type, there will be number, type age. Now what is this? Here you did the HTML5 browser side validation, and when you did this type is equal to number, see here, now the pupil can type a text here, text can be written here, so there will be only a number, numbers can be written here only. This is again the HTML5 new functionality, and this is a browser side validation for selecting a numbers. Okay, so let's do last, that is submit button. Line break. In future when I will teach you how to design a form, we will use div with CSS. So this is a basic HTML. I don't want to go advanced in where you can understand what is going on. So I'm staying here with basics, so you just understand how form fields are working. So last is submit, input type submit, name submit, and its value submit. This value, this can be shown in the browser. Let me show you. Now you can see we have a submit button, but this will not work because to work with the form submission we need a dynamic language like PHP or JavaScript, and this submit text is coming from the value. This you can type here publish, save, refresh the browser, and you can see it's published now. This is all with the HTML forms, and we have also discussed some HTML5 browser side validation. So practice this, create a form, and I will see you in next lecture.